Jeff, you black now? What in the world? You went opposite of Michael Jackson on us. How did you do that? Oh, wait, there you are. Anyways. Yo, welcome back. Well, you can tell by the description of what we are doing in this video. I'm going to show you how to install Dakota digital gauges. This install will be for any vehicle because the wiring aspect of this is the same through any vehicle. How you put the gauges in is obviously different from vehicle to vehicle because of what gauges it is. You would think that's common sense, but some people will be like, this video didn't help me on my 1986 Porsche. Damn, that sucks. Anyways, let me show you what you need. Aside from the obvious, the gauges, which I do not know which one this is. I just told Dale at ProTouringStore.com, I said, give me the cheapest ones you got. He said, bam, okay, sure, why not? Oh, here we go. VHX 68D. Damn, those are big ones. STD. Oh, man, they're ruined. We can't touch them. Lock me up. Just lock me up. This is what you need right here. Now, it does come with more things. It comes with these bad boys, which I end up just throwing away most of the time. These are like your extra sensors if you don't have a BIM module, which if you are running, here we go. You got your temp sensor, your oil pressure sensor, which that is what we use. That is what we use. We don't use the water temp sensor, and we don't use whatever this sensor is. Don't know what that is for. Never knew, never cared, never used it. But if you have a newer model engine, Hemi, Ford, Chevy, whatever, if you have an OBD port, you want to spend the extra money and buy this. Makes life a trillion times easier, makes this install a trillion times faster, because all it does is this bad boy transfers data via OBD port sticker enter, and you get all the gauges or you get all your PIDs, PID, that's like the technical term because we're professional here, from the ECU to your gauges. You can get transmission temp. That's the only one I care about, so that's really the only one I can remember off the top of my head. All kinds of different things. Transmission temp. And then that means on this, which is the main piece for your Dakota Digital, the only thing we got to wire in here is oil pressure, fuel, and then kind of, if you want, you can do your turn signals, which, oh, sorry, I'm blocking it on this side. Your turn signals, your 4x4 switch, your check engine light, your all kinds of stuff. All I ever do is the turn signals. You can, and your brights. You can do the bright switch, but you kind of know if you got your brights on when you're doing nighttime stuff and grandma flies into you at 30 miles an hour because you can't see because your brights are on. So, no need for a switch. But yeah, so fuel, oil, don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need those two. The two black right there. But we will use accessory power, constant power, and ground because that's how this turns on. What else? You need your test light because we're going to have to go and we're going to have to find your factory fuel send wire if you are not running it directly from the pump. Now, this has the aftermarket Holley retrofit in-tank pump, which comes with a purple wire, which connects either to your factory sender wire that runs to your factory gauges, which, by the way, worked on this setup, or on the factory setup. I did have a working volt gauge and gas gauge. So I'm hoping I don't have to go all the way back under here, snip the wire, and run directly from the pump to the gauge, which would make life a lot easier, because then you don't have to go through the wiring harness and try and find the fuel gauge wire. But it should be pretty simple, because it should be like one of the only wires. When I get in there, I'll show you. No, actually, just let me show you right now. So I already took this out because I wasn't 100% sure how it was going to come out, so I didn't know how long it would take, so I just went ahead and did it. But this was like the main plug for the back of the gauges. This was for the alternator gauge, which we're going to need to throw some electrical tape or something around this so that it doesn't touch on any metal, because while the car is running, that wire gets all the voltage, and that's how your volts gauge worked on this setup. Somewhere in here is going to be my fuel level sender wire, and I think it's that brownish one or the purple one. I think it's the brownish one, but that's what the test light is for. And then, yeah, you just literally just put the gauge panel back in where it goes and screw it in, and that's that. Okay, Kobe. So we are going to do the wiring first, because the easy part is putting the gauges back in. So we're going to start with accessory, power, constant power, and ground. And this is going to be, I'm going to show you guys everything. So this video might be long. I apologize. But not really, because I need long videos, because then if I get views, then Daddy makes money and we can do more stuff and we can all live happily ever after. So I am at the moment putting in the oil pressure sensor, which just goes into the factory spot on the back of the LS. This piece is the adapter you would put in even if you're running a mechanical gauge, which I am not taking my mechanical gauge out because I'm leaving it for nostalgia purposes. And then the little nipple, these also come with the box, but we don't need it. So this little guy would screw into this, and then you would hook up your mechanical gauge. Well, all you do is reuse it for the Dakota digital gauge. And do not forget the washer. If you do not have the washer on this, it will leak oil everywhere, no matter how tight you get it. So let's put that in. Let's plug it in. Let's run the wires, and then finish this up. Continue the swap, or continue the gauges. I've also noticed that so I've been raw dogging this bad boy. All I've had is an oil pressure gauge. Luckily I've had a fuel gauge. I don't know transmission temp, I don't know water temp, I don't know nothing else other than lifter tap, oil pressure, fuel, and voltage, of course. But yeah, so I was noticing while I was in here, this adapter piece is actually melted. You can see it's kind of squeezed in on the sides right here. So I'm going to need to take this whole thing off, this whole contraption, and then just go to O'Reilly's and go to the back and find something that's close enough to that I can chop up and make work to get this out of here. But yeah, we may have been overheating for the past 4 months. Who knows? If you don't know, it doesn't happen. So let's put in some gauges so we can see it happen, and then have to address it, and then have to set the car on fire because I'm tired of this car. I'm kidding. Not kidding. Okay, first order of business is to install oil pressure gauge sensor so that we can then move into where the rest of this video will take place inside the vehicle. I actually don't know where I'm going to run these wires. I might have enough room in this hole where all the other wires are. Actually, I think I'm going to go from the inside and put them through the hole first. Okay, never mind. I was about to do that backwards. I was about to put this end through the firewall hole to the engine bay instead of the actual plug. In my defense, guilty as charged. Okay, there we go. This gauge wire is also about 8 miles long. So that's great. Okay. Gotta do our Jedi filler sticker in the hole. Yep. Oh, look at that. We might do good this video. We might not break anything. My luck, I'll do gauges and then all of a sudden my rear end will blow out. What rear end you talking about? Hey, yo, no diddy. Okay, there we go. Now we just plug her on in. Done. Okay, now we move into the vehicle. All right. So, there's our oil pressure. This, look at, that's what I mean. Maybe, hey, hold that back there. That is very long. We are going to do, actually, so I'm gonna have to run the accessory power to my switch, which means I gotta take this out. Oh, there we go. Well, my secret's out there now. Should I see? And I already have it spliced into, which I guess I could just do it again. So I actually didn't need to do this. Great. Okay. False alarm. So, now that you've seen that and you think, oh, that's how you steal the car. Trust me, there's more to it than just that. So, best of luck. I'll grab a beer and watch you attempt it, because that'd be funny. But I'm just going to grab some wire, and I'm going to splice into this same wire, and that will be my accessory power. And then constant power. I will splice in down here also, and then ground wire. That's pretty self-explanatory. So let me grab some wire and get to splicing. All right, got my splices and some heat shrink. I know, I'm getting too professional around here. I'm a heat shrinking machine. Need my dikes. And they do not drive a Subaru. Okay, let's splice again. Yep, how about right? All right, yeah, I'll just, sure, why not? Right here. So essentially what this is doing, if you don't have a switch and all that, and you just use the regular key, this is just ignition, accessory power. So when the key is on, power. Key is off, no power. That's all we're doing. Also, if you have a 1970 satellite and you put this Sparco seats in here, horrible. Absolute pain to get in and out of. I'm going to put the factory seat back in here and then try to find me some Corbos. See if I can do this. Okay. Oh, this hurts. Straight this way. Yeah. Sorry. Y'all are gonna have to stare at my chicken legs. I apologize. Okay. That. Now we're gonna splice her on in there right here. Give it some swirls and curls, just like chat. Put the heat shrink over it before we make the splice. Oh, actually, yeah, okay. Come on, give me some more. I need more room. Okay, or not. We'll put you on this side. Squish with our finger to hold it in place. Light it up like a Marlboro. Okay. Heat shrink. Light up the heat shrink. There we go. So now make sure my switch still works. Yep. Now we are going to cut this and put it in the box. going to run this to accessory power. Well, where am I going to put the box? Oh, brother. Huh, I might stick it right here behind the gauges. So, anytime you do this, putting this somewhere is a pain, because you can put it behind a kick panel, but you can't, if that makes sense. It doesn't, I know. It's just too much going on. A kick panel won't slide in back to place, or clip in back to place, or screw in back in place with this behind it, because it's just too big. All the times I've done this, I stick it behind the dash here, kind of above the steering column. That way it's somewhat easy to get to. This one though, I didn't even think about this until now. I do not, it's gonna have, this is the only spot. Literally the only spot, it's like right here. It's gonna have to go back here. Okay, it's decided. So let's run this where we think we need it. Also, this will get vintage air at some point. So if you're thinking like, oh, run it in here, or run it, stick it up under here, vintage air is just going to go right back there, so you can't. I mean, I could mount it right, I could put it right here where the radio would go. I was going to say, but I can't, but I can. Yeah, you could just lay in there like that. What do we care? You got Dakota digital in that, bro? Sure do, bro. Check it out. It's right here. You know, for when those Honda boys pull up on you. I bet that piece of shit don't even got Dakota digital. Oh yeah, brother. Well, look at this. Give her a little slack. Yep. Huh, that was a good idea. Appreciate that. Also, I gotta take this out, I guess. I don't want to take this out. This oil pressure gauge is from like the 80s. And it just fits the vibe so well. But it's pointless. So long, partner. We had a good run. Got major lifter tap. But this guy always let me know I had oil pressure. Hide to fard. Hard to find good help these days. Yeah. Okay. I gotta do that now. The actual oil pressure line, though, I'm not taking out because it's tucked and zip tied, and I don't want to go through cutting all those zip ties and having to re-zip tie the wires that it's zip tied to and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, check that bad boy out. Legitness. Okay. What was I doing? You go right there. Get your little bitty screwdriver. So I mentioned the BIM module, and I didn't even like really mention much about it. So if you don't run a BIM module, you have to separately run each gauge. Wires everywhere, mess. Now, you have no option if you don't have an OBD port. You can't run a BIM module and run a small block Chevy 350 from 1996. You have to wire in each regardless. But if you got an OBD2 port, you get the BIM module and you don't have to wire in any of these things other than the fuel, oil, and obviously the accessory power, constant power, and ground. But that's it. You don't have to wire in tach, speedometer, water temp on top of oil, fuel. You see what I'm saying? Okay, now we need constant power. I need my test light. Try to see if there's any wires in my face right here. Oh, actually, I can get constant power from the relay box I have on the firewall. Or I could just splice in right here if I have it, so I don't have to get up again. Nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. I don't think I got a good ground. There's no way none of those have power. I need a ground. There's no way none of these have power. Okay, there we go. Which wire is that? I think that was my fuel. Blue and white. Which would make sense because the only gauge that worked on the old gauge panel was the fuel. Now, let's see. That's got to be the fuel wire. That's got to be. Literally nothing else can be, because nothing else here is getting power. Guess we'll just do that real quick. Actually, I don't need to do all that. We'll do all that real quick just to find out it's not the fuel wire. Oh, I need a splice. If that's a ground wire, I can use that. I can use that for the ground on this too. Well, this for sure is a ground wire. So I'll actually just use this. This is what was connected next to the alternator, because the alternator sensor on the gauge, the old gauge, was just a ground and a power. And it literally said it on the back. It said ground, power. So we'll get some splices, get those in. All right, so, ooh, actually, just now thinking about it, let me see if that red wire that goes to the alternator, do you get constant power? Yes, sir. So there's our constant power wire. I like it, Picasso. You still off? Looking good. Except, oh, okay. So I'm going to use this. Well, I was about to use this for ground wire. I'll use it for the power wire. Why not? It's already red. I'm not going to edit much of this, so let's just hang out. If somebody wouldn't mind throwing on some 2000s hip hop from Pandora, that'd be great, because I can't. You know, the whole copyright deal? Yeah. Also, I have a feeling somebody in the comments is going to say, don't use those heat shrink connector splices. Want to see me do it again? And then they're going to say, well, use a heat gun, not a lighter. Well, you tried handing a Barbara a heat gun at 2 a.m. when she's on her second pack of Marlboros. That ain't going to go very well. Just saying. Okay. There's that. We'll just leave this long. It's not going to hurt nothing. I'm over here touching metal with this, and it has constant power. Done blowed a fuse or two. Y'all grab a shirt yet? You should. They're really cool. And the satellites on it makes it even cooler. You can find those at www.krustyclassicsgarage.com. Okay. Now ground. And for the ground, we're going to do two different things. So the oil pressure is going to come. It comes with the ground on the wiring, which, by the way, I should do that before I forget. I'll show you right here in a second. Come on. I'm trying to run this nice and neat, not just stick it under there and have it sitting down here, but the way it's acting. There we go. Okay. So it already comes with the ground positive sensor. Now this straggler right here, it ties in with the ground. And yeah, in some boxes it's different. In some boxes it has 4 spots for each one, but 9 times out of 10 it only has 3. So you just throw this bad boy in because it's essentially just a metal wire. You throw this in, you tie it in with the ground, and that makes it 3 essentially. So yeah. Now on the C10 I just did, it has 4 spots for each one. But on this one, I don't know why it's different on each one. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I don't ask many questions. And we're just gonna... Yep. Gone. So let's do the ground first. Okay, now oil sender wire, which is the white one. Now just the power. Oh. This is the most tedious time of doing Dakota Digital. And that's why I can't express enough. Get the BIM module if you can. If not, you'll be doing this for quite a while. We only have to do this for the very basics. Now I need to do, okay, oil, wired up, done. Need to do, let's do ground. I'm just gonna use this wire because it's in my face. The car blows up. Oh well. Not my problem anymore. Also, if you notice, I'm not using heat shrink. It's going to be behind the dash. You're not going to see it anyways. Well, you're going to see it now, but later you won't. Unless you try to steal it and then somehow succeed, and then you do that. You look at all this and you're like, what the? Then you'll see it. What am I looking for? What's right there in my face? Need about that much? Yep. And how about? Yep. Good. Go. Perfect. Measured precisely. No better measure than my eyeballs. We know a thing or two because we fucked up a thing or two. Now, when we do this ground wire, we are also going to add another wire, essentially another ground wire, because I'm going to go from this ground wire spot, the very bottom, which is for the whole box, and I'm going to jump a wire all the way to the fuel negative up here where it needs a ground wire, instead of going through the hassle of making a whole nother ground wire. I'm just going to jump from here to there. Don't make life so hard on yourself. Do it the incorrect way. That's a shirt idea. Copyright. Can't steal it because I said it right here, right now. Okay. Actually, putting this right here is a great idea. It is typically never this comfortable. I am usually never able to just sit right here comfortably without having to bend over or lay on my back under the dash or something and do this. This is so nice. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stay right there for me, Playboy. Make sure all these are tight. Which is something your mom can't say. Sorry. Lock me up. Okay. Now I'm going to take this. We are going to do, oh. Why did that ground wire spark? Well, never mind. That is not a ground wire. I'm glad it sparked. Because we would have not, that would have just sent this video down a path we did not want to go down. So, scratch that. Let's find a ground wire. Or just make our own. How about that? That almost turned into an absolute nightmare because if I wouldn't have figured that out, we would have gotten everything done. And then we would have wondered why this wasn't getting power. And then that would have just went down a whole road of nonsense. So, there's the ground. No way it could be that simple. Huh. I mean, anywhere on the dash right here, you can put it. It's all metal. It's where I'm getting the ground for my test light. So, why aren't you a ground though? You said, ah! That's weird. You know what? Where's my heat shrink? We're just gonna go ahead and make sure that don't spark nowhere else. Okay. Let's hook up the fuel and then we'll do a ground. How about that? How about that? We can do this one though. We can still do this. Need you to go right there. I swear that said on the old gauges on the back where I pulled it off, I swear that said ground wire. Okay, ground, done. Oh, we need, okay, we got to jump a power wire too. We got to, so the fuel needs fuel send, or fuel negative, ground, fuel send, the actual wire from the tank, and then fuel plus a power wire. So we're going to jump from the accessory power. We'll make this one red. How about that? Yeah, we're going to have to do this. Any day now. Any day now. We don't want you that long. I got shocked. Why did I get shocked? I grounded myself out. But why do you... You shouldn't have power right now. Why do we have power? Nothing is on. Why do you have power? Okay. What is going on here? You are negative. Well, you're going to be used for negative. There's no reason for you to have power. You know what? Damn it. So the switch has constant battery power to one part of it, and a wire running a wire for the swap harness ignition wire on the other side of it. And when you flip the switch, it sends the current through. And I had to have spliced into the main power, just the constant power wire. Okay. Just a minor setback for a major comeback. So we are going to do absolutely nothing with this one. We're still getting constant power from this one. Yeah. So we don't need this one. We'll leave it here though, in case I need it for something in the future, which would actually be the AC. So don't touch nothing metal while you're out there, all right? Appreciate it, big dog. So now, let's see if I can find any wire. So the fuse block is right there. I can just tap into that if I need to, but it would be nice if I could... Oh, that's washer fluid. I don't need that. So where is the plug for that? See if I could just splice into some wire that's already back here. There you are. Yeah, I don't need this for anything. I'm looking at the two switches right here because they go right here and this plug is back here. I'm just making sure. All right, okay. Easy fix, easy fix. Just got to get a different splice. Instead of cutting this plug out, I'm just going to simply connect to it. Let's do this again. Oh, and I still got to do the ground wire. Ridiculous. Okay. Hot! Fresh off the press. Who would have thought? Oh, that might fall out. Well, if we don't move, I mean, that does not go in there very tightly. I don't know. You know what? Let's make sure it's still just getting constant power though. Snip you off right about. I got it! I didn't think I was gonna get it. Just so you're aware. I know I'm not funny. I just when I start recording, I don't know. It's different. Anyways. Works for who it's for. Now, where were we? Oh, I gotta tie into this. Oh. I used that wire, so we'll just use this one. Gotta open her up a little more. We're sticking more in it. Okay. Now we gotta do it to fuel level, sender power. About right. Sure. Also, once again, that is a very good spot to have this, because I could literally just sticking it, pull it in and out if I start having issues down the road, rather than having to get up under the dash and find it or take the whole cluster out. Because there's some of them that I've done where your only option is to take the cluster out. I don't like how much of this power wire is sticking out. Let's try that again. My ground wire I'm just going to put right here, because it's part of the metal dash and it probably won't work. So I'll just go ahead and use this brown wire that I've probably had for about 17 years now. Did you buy a shirt yet? I can also do hoodies in that design. I can do whatever your heart desires. The issue is I have to actually sell them. It can't be make 47, sell 2. Where'd the screwdriver go? Hot. God. Ah! I think I'd have learned by now. Okay, let's see how that works. God, this seat sucks. Horrible seat for an old school car. And then you're thinking, well, Anthony, why did you get them? Well, they were brand new on Marketplace for the pair for $500. They're like $1,200 for the pair new. So, yeah. So like, I can complain and not complain all at the same time. But you know me, I'm gonna complain. That's what every mechanic does, bitch and moan. Always bitching and moaning about something. After this, all I need is to hook up or to put in the what I think is the fuel level wire. Oh yeah, see, we're already getting it's already lighting up, basically, because we got our ground now, we got our powers, Okay. There we go. And you know you did right because this red status light is blinking. I don't know if you can see it from there, but there's a red status light right there. It's blinking. That means you got all your accessory constant ground correct. And it's flashing because you're getting constant power to the box, even though the accessory power isn't on. Now, fuel level cinder wire. We're gonna take a chance, and it has to be it. It has to be. I need a much smaller splice. I don't want to waste this one. Well, what wire am I using? Yeah. Let's do this side first. There we go. I'm not done with you yet. Okay, see how that works. Fuel level cinder. Go about right there. Hold it right there. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh, no. I gotta do the blinkers. Okay. Now, the blinkers. Well, do I care enough to do the blinkers? Might as well. We're right here, and it's not hard. So the blinkers are going to be in your turn signal switch harness. It's usually a blue and a yellow. And what you do is get your best friend. I'm gonna have to. Oh, I gotta lay under the dash. Gotta lay in your mom's favorite position. Her back. Yeah, we're gonna get under there. Use the test light. Find the wires. Cut the wires. Splice into the wires. Put them there. Done. No more wiring. I don't hear nothing. I don't know if I'm supposed to not hear nothing. Let's see if anything flashes. Let's find a yellow. Oh, actually, here's the... Ow. Okay. Okay, here's blue. No. Should be hearing flashing. There we go. See how that's flashing? Can you see the bulb, how it's barely going in and out? That was a blue and white. Let's do, and that was to go that way. Let's go this way. That's not right. Disregard. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. That's why. Duh. Let's... Here's yellow. There we go. Can you see that? Ah. See it? There's your left turn signal. That's a yellow. Let's go back to the right. Let's go to the, right next to it's the green. No. No. Oh, God. Okay. Yep, the one right next to it, which is a green one. Okay. So on this end, why am I not getting power on the opposite side of the plug for the same wire? Oh, that's why. We're just going the wrong way. So on the factory wire side, the right turn signal is a black and white. JK. It is a tan. Okay. So we are going to splice into tan and green. Tan, green, my way. All right. Okay. Green, driver's side. Tan, not driver's side. Now, at the moment, I do not want to cut those wires. So the thing is, this setup specifically, just how I'm looking at it, The wires, I don't have much wire right here to really splice into. It'd be cutting it close. So for now, I'm just going to open up the wire some, which I already did on this one. And then I'm just going to, well, I could do it on that side, the opposite side. Yeah. Nope, not right now. So I'm just going to open the wire up, and I am just going to wrap my wires running to the block, to the Dakota digital box. I'm just going to wrap them around because I'm being lazy. But maybe at some point I'll actually splice them in. But I mean, I could, you know what? I could wrap the wires around themselves, heat shrink. No, that's okay. Let's get some wire, wrap her on around, get this finished up. I don't remember which way is which now. That's too much talking. Second of all, I'm over here double cheeked up on a Wednesday. I'm glad there ain't no gay dudes around. Okay, which way was this way? Oh, that's not enough. Ow. Oh, my back. Starting to cramp. Okay, that way is your way. Yep. Okay. Ah. 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 Getting old. Okay, we gotta come all the way to this side. So, yep, sure, looks good. Okay. There we go. Your way, right? Yep, I think so. Oh, did I cut you too short? Absolutely not. I'm gonna make you work. Right, left. Okay, let's make sure we did the right one. Okay. do the same thing, just the other side. Let's not make you too short. So, let's see, right about here. Yep. Sure. Oh yeah. Much more. Much more. Actually a little too much, to be honest with you. Okay, there you are. Wired up, double cheeked up on a Wednesday, ready to go. Now, well, hold on. Let's go my way. Okay. Now, we just plug her on in. We need the BIM module, the display wire. Come here. So, this is just the main wire. Oh, this is this bad boy. It's always funky. I never know where to. There's never a good place to mount these. Some swaps I've done with Dakota Digital, I don't even mount this. I just kind of lay it there where you can get to it because you have to press it and hold it down. And so this is your switch that you do all the adjustments on the gauges on. So that's what I mean. You gotta hold it down and you gotta all that. So it's kind of hard to find a spot, but we don't need to find a spot because we're gonna jam it right on in there with that bad boy. That way it's easy to get to. And this goes, oh, okay, we do gotta wire this up. This goes to switch, SW. Which one though? Sure you get them instructions out. Oh, dang a sticker. No. Oh! JK. I did. I don't need any more. Okay, here we go. So switch. Maybe not. Why isn't this telling me? Oh, okay, here we go. Switch assembly. So green or white. Oh, adjust and switch. Red goes to SW1. So SW1. I was wrong. We're not done wiring. Green goes to SW2, which is right below it. And then black goes to adjust negative, which is 2 spots up. Okay, there we go. There's that. Now, I don't really need, well, I need it for the fuel level sender, because that is going to be a different ohm than a factory style sender, I believe. It'll be GM 40, so 40 to 250 ohm is what this fuel level sender should be. Kobe. Now, gauges. Yep, that's it. Okie dokie from Muskokie. Let's finish this. Wait, where's my OBD port? Right there. Ooh! I got worried. I got worried there for a second, because the actual OBD port coming off of the harness is in the engine bay, but I got this Extendo Cedo cuz right here. There we go. Jam that on there. It just sucks. Because anytime you want to put your scanner on, or if I want to put my HP tuners in, I gotta unplug this, and I can't use the gauges on the dash. Like if I plug a scanner in and let it run, or it doesn't matter with HP tuners, because I can get all that info right there on the HP tuners. But I guess it doesn't suck for me. It might suck for you, but not for me. Okay. This goes to the BIM module. Right there in the front. 6-pin. Bam. There's that. And then this comes with the BIM module. And this goes from the BIM module to the box. It goes right here on the side, 4-prong, bam, spickety spam, right here where it says auxiliary on and off. Bam. And all that's left is your main wire from the back of the gauges. See, like we're already getting power. Main gauges to the box. Done. Except for setting all the gauges up. So there. Put it in any one of these. And then I need to now stuff everything in there. Yep. Just like that. And this needs to go in here. And then all these goodies just, yep, there you go. Just stay. And then we'll leave you out. You're fine. You're fine. this plugs right into the back. Right into the back. Oh. Yeah. And there. There it is. And then install her back in. So, on a lighter note, I have never taken a vehicle, a personal old school car, as far as I have taken this one. Now, it is in part to my late wife, Emily, who passed away last April. She had money somewhere, and with that being able to cover bills, you guys that have brought me work have made this possible. Also, those of you that have bought a shirt or a hoodie or have simply watched this whole video in previous videos, thank you. All this is because of you two. You and her. And I am very thankful and grateful. Okay, let's put this bad boy back in without breaking it, because my luck, this piece is probably $8 trillion on eBay for a used one. It's all mangled. It was not easy to get out, I'll say that. Well, I was hoping I'd be able to plug these things back in, but I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to have to get under the dash to do it. Gentle. My gauges are on. Oh, it's because I got the key on. Legitness. Come on. Oh, my flashers work. Thank you. Woo. How did you, I don't remember. Did you just press on? Maybe? Oh, there's a screw. What did you go to? We're going to use you for this. How about that? How about you just keep this on for me? Maybe not. Nope, you're too big. You work. can do that later down the road. Okay, I'm not gonna plug that. I'll do that after the video. We'll plug everything in. Okay. So let me get you in here to set all this up. Okay, here we go. So you're gonna get your clicker. You know what you want to do? Well, you need to turn this off first. Make sure it's in park, so you can turn it all the way off. So you gotta turn it off. Oh, how am I gonna do this with two hands? You gotta turn it off, and you gotta hold the two down while you turn it on. There we go. Okay. Now you will be in setup mode. What are we doing? What's going on? We having a party? Did I not get the memo? Okay. Trans temp, -39. Great. What in the world? Damn, did you see that quarter mile time? 7.3 seconds. Do I need to turn? No. That's what I was about to say. It's always hold this. Okay. Is it hold the one down? I could have sworn it was the two. Oh, I missed it. I let go. Hold on, we'll be back. Hold the one down, not the two. My bad. Speed setup. Okay, and then we want to go into speed setup. We'll hold the one down again. What is going on? Okay, there we go. It said done. Okay, tack. Hold the one down. Engine, update, warn, signal. Signal. No. Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, yes. I was on the wrong one. Let's do that. Engine. Why didn't it say BIM? Ow! This thing is hurting. Okay, bus. Bus down. God damn it. Okay, bussin'. See if that works. It should say BIM. Volt. Same thing. Hold the one down. Okay, I guess that just does what it does when it does it. Water, okay, maybe we'll... Sender, yep, that's what we want. Hold it down. Bus. We'll go with bus F. And then oil pressure is just, since you actually wired it in, it will be 0 to 100 psi. Well, that one right there, 100 psi. That's what it tells you in the instructions anyways. Okay. Here we go, fuel level. Sender, what did I say? GM. GM 250, I think it was. Well, let's see what the fuel sender does. Let's test it. What? Okay. Well, I said 99 ohms. Why did that say 9,996.47 ohms? Yeah. GM 250 is what it should be. We're about to find out. So, fuel. Wait, let me double check that, make sure it's on the right one. Okay. Lighting, we don't care about that. BIM, yep. Great, sure. Whatever that means. Displays, info, odometer, speed. Okay. Now we can just do that. Do that. Fuel. I might have to go through. Actually, there's one of two reasons. One, that wire isn't the actual fuel wire. Let's try GM90 just for the hell of it. God, this thing hurts if you're trying to use your whole hand to hold the one down. Oh, come on. Didn't get it. Okay, hold the one down. Turn the key. There we go. Set up. Was it GM30? Yeah. No. It was the other one. It was the next one. GM90. That one. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh, we got a little something. What the deuce? Okay, maybe that wasn't the right one. Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. We'll be right back. Okay, I can't figure it out, which means the wire I probably ran is the wrong one, which doesn't make sense. It should have been the right one. So what I'm going to have to do is go to the back of the car, go to the tank, go directly from the wire, the purple wire coming out of the Holley retrofit in tank pump, and run that all the way here to the box, and then set it. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be set at GM90, 0 to 90 ohms. But I'll do that sometime. So let's see the rest of the gauges. Yeah, I know. No fuel. I like that. Oh, actually, I have to put it on here. Okay, let's do this one last time because my fingers are really hurting from this. Ah, I didn't get it. Come on. Come on. One more fight, soldier. There we go. Okay. I'm going to set up transmission temp. we go. Displays. Location. Yeah, location is what we want. Okay, LCD1 means it's like when you start pressing this, it's the first ones that come up. See, transtemp is on 2. We want it on 1. So we're going to hold the 1 down. And we can put it on 1 and 2. See, you can put it on 1 and 2. I'm going to put it on 1. That's the only one I care about. I'm not even going to mess with any of the other ones. No, you're done. You're done. Odometer, 1. Trip A, 1. Trip B, blah, 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 blah. Service, never heard of her. Hour meter, okay, sure. Speed mod, oh yeah, we'll turn that one on. Put you on 1 too. KPH, it's America. High speed, shit, we already know that. 0 to 60 time, we already know that, little bruh. 7.3 seconds. Quarter mile speed, we already know that, little bruh. Here, there, and gone. Tachometer, we'll go ahead and throw that on 1 just to see. High RPM, shit, all of it. Water temp, oh yeah, we'll turn that on. No, go back. Oh, I gotta go all the way through just to get back to the water temp. We're gonna leave it off, I don't care. 1, yep, sure. Battery voltage, yeah, we'll go ahead and turn that on. I said I didn't care about none of these, and here I am turning all of them on. Fuel. Turn that on. It's not going to show me anything right now, but it will eventually. Gear, 1, yeah, that's a good one. Clock, 2, don't. Location, no, I ain't done yet. I ain't done yet, Libra. Trip A, we're going to take that to 2. Get it out of the way. Because we don't care. Trip B, yeah, you can get on out of here too. Go find your C. Service, turn that bad boy off. Oh, there we go. Yeah, get out of here. Oh, dang, I should just turn the other ones off too. I'm not doing that right now. We'll turn this bad boy off too. Okay, speed mover, yep. Turn this motherfucker off. Ain't no KPH around here, big boy. USA, USA. High speed, yeah, we'll turn you off too. No face, no case. 0 to 6 time, yeah, we don't need you. Oh, dang it. Quarter mile speed, just in case, you never know. Tachometer, high RPM, yeah, we'll turn you off. Get you out of the way. No need to see you. I'm giving her all the lifter tap. Water temp, no, we want you on, playboy. 1, yep. Oil pressure, battery voltage, fuel, gear, clock. I'll just turn you off. Ah, my fingers. Yeah, we'll say you're done. Displays, indicators, location, done. All right, this is it. And there you have it. You have successfully installed Dakota digital gauges, except for the fuel gauge. But yes, let's oh, 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 my back. So there you have it. You have installed, like I just said, Dakota digital gauges. We got the old out, which I think I'm just gonna throw this away. I don't know. Maybe I could sell it on eBay. See, here we go. Oh yeah, maybe that wasn't a negative wire. Look at that. This is where I said that ground wire came from. That indeed was not a ground wire because it has a fusible link on it. Huh. Just making sure y'all were paying attention. It's interesting that it's black though. If they were both power wires, what did it matter? I guess this was their way, black was their way of saying that it was constant power. No, because that was constant power too. Never mind. I tried to defend them, and it didn't go so well. So, yeah. Trash, maybe? Sure. I don't know. I've learned not to throw Mopar stuff away because you'd be very surprised at what's overpriced, which is everything. So, the satellite officially has gauges. I've been rolling solo dolo, raw dogging it with just an oil pressure gauge and the volt gauge and the fuel gauge. So I guess I wasn't dogging it too much. I also had these gauges, these gauges, these gauges, my foot gauge, my steering wheel gauge, you know, all the old school gauges. But yeah, there we go. I hope this helps you install some gauges. They are well worth it. I know they're expensive-ish. They're more expensive for a Mopar than they are a Chevy. Surprise, surprise. But they're 100% worth it. I would recommend any customer coming to me and they say, what should I do for gauges? Dakota Digital. Every single time. You can do auto meter and all that, but it's way more wiring. It's way more specific and just, there's a lot. Hook up a BIM module, wire in your oil pressure sensor. If you want to, I didn't show you the flashers. Look at there. I tried to stop the video, or I tried to end this video 3 times already, and I just keep going. Okay. How about the? Oh no, I don't have the flashers on here. I had to cut those off. Anyways, look out for me if I'm in the middle of the road. No flashers. There you have it. Next is Willwood. I wanted to make this one big video where I was going to do the brakes and the gauges and whatever else I had going on with it that I need to get done, but I don't have the time because I'm finishing that bad boy. The rockers are right there. Actually, I need to throw those on, and then I need to mate it up to the 480, and then it's got to go into the Monte Carlo that's coming. So I just got the rockers today, so that was why I went ahead and did this, got this out of the way. But I got to go in there and button some things up. I'll do the fuel gauge next year, possibly. But yeah, I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, comment, go buy a shirt, hoodie, go buy all of them, a couple of them, a dozen of them. Tell your mom I said hi. I'll see you on the next one.